Guys, I hope you're having a great morning. I wanted to talk to you guys today about this subject. Who you hang around matters, and it matters more than you think that it does, okay? And I've heard this phrase before, and I really do think it's true. The phrase says, show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. That's a powerful statement, but it's a biblical principle almost, you guys. And I want to show you kind of context surrounding that. And I want us to kind of do some self-examination today. When you look at your friend group, do you see a group of people who are pushing forward in their walk with Jesus Christ? Do you see a group of people who you would want to be in their shoes in 5 or 10 years? People who are inspiring you to grow, people who are encouraging you to stay in alignment with your walk with God. This is powerful, you guys, and it matters with your promotion in the future. It matters with you staying on fire for Jesus, all of these different factors, okay? So I want to look at something out of the book of Acts this morning. And in the book of Acts, basically, the scenario had been Jesus has been crucified, he's risen, and they are looking to have to replace Judas, who was a disciple, right? Judas was the one who betrayed Jesus. And so basically, they're looking for the next candidate. And I wanted to show you guys some cool scripture surrounding this. So this is in Acts 1. And it says, okay, it says, let another take his ministry. So then we must choose his replacement from among those who have been with us from the very beginning. This is verse 22, from John's baptism until Jesus' ascension. And like us, he must be a witness of his resurrection. And basically, they proposed 2 candidates of guys who had been walking with them for a long period of time. But I want you guys to notice the context behind this. So they didn't go and put like an ad on Indeed or Monster.com or a job site. They didn't go looking for someone outside of their community. They were looking for candidates to step into the position as one of those primary disciples, you guys, from people who had been with them, who were already on fire for God, who were already demonstrating the proven qualities of a disciple when they went to promote this person. And notice, this wasn't just a person who was hanging around for just a little while. This was someone who had been proven and tried in ministry for a long period of time. And there were certain qualifications that made this person eligible to step into that position. Check it. It said, we must choose his replacement from among those who have been, number 1, with us from the very beginning, and number 2, and like us, he must be a witness of his resurrection. In other words, he had to have a quote-unquote profile of being someone who is proven and being someone who was passionately wanting to be there and who had been hanging around the right group of people for a long time, you guys. Listen to me. What if this new disciple, there's a guy named Matthias that was chosen for this position. What if he had not been hanging around that group? What if he had just decided, well, I'll hang out around the right people occasionally in my life. It's not a big deal. He could have possibly missed, or he would have missed this promotion, you guys, that God was wanting to step him into for the call on his life. Guys, I want to tell you that your friend group matters, and God needs you to be hanging around people that are on fire for him, because it influences more about your life than you know. And who you hang around influences where God can take you in the future, you guys. It has a very direct impact. I've told you guys this before, but I wanted to bring it up again. There was a very distinct season in my life where I prayed a prayer that was 100% prompted by God, because I wouldn't have done it on my own. And I prayed, God, I pray that you would expose the people in my life that are truly on fire for you, and that you would remove the ones that I'm no longer supposed to be in alignment with. And when I tell you guys that was such a painful season, God removed some of the people that I never thought that he would remove, and he kept some people that I thought he was going to remove, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. And one of those people that he removed was a particularly painful person for me. I had a best friend for 18 years of my life. And, this person had started doing some stuff that was just not in alignment with God. And multiple people had talked to her. The church had approached her, and she had chosen to start slowly going down this path of kind of walking away from leaving the lifestyle that a Christian should lead. It's not that she didn't believe in Jesus anymore, but she started to kind of lose that lifestyle example, and God ended up removing her. And I remember I was so heartbroken because I felt like I had done something wrong. And I remember I was in a God time one day, and I was kind of repenting, and I was like, God, show me what's going on. And he said, you didn't do it. I did it. I removed this person. And he was like, I've got to have you surrounded by people who are following after me. And I discern the motives of the heart. And then he reminded me of that prayer that I had prayed. And so sometimes this is painful, you guys, but I want to tell you guys something. You know what? Judas got removed from his position as a disciple because what he claimed to believe in as a leader and what he was promoting did not match his lifestyle anymore. It didn't match his walk. Leaders, I want to talk to you guys for a second. I don't care if you're a boss. I don't care if you're a CEO, whatever it is. I don't care if you're just leading, as a parent in your life. All of us have different areas of leadership in our personal lives. And I want to tell you guys, people are not watching what you say as much as they're watching what your lifestyle is. Your lifestyle is the greatest sermon that will ever be preached in your entire life. And so we have to watch that our actions are in alignment with what we're talking about. It's not to say we won't ever mess up occasionally, but we have to try to stay in a lifestyle and live a lifestyle that honors Jesus, you guys. God ended up removing Judas from a leadership position, and nobody else had to do it for him. God removed Judas when he made decisions that were not good and when his lifestyle no longer lined up. Listen to me, you guys. You can't be hanging around friends like that. You can't be hanging around people that profess to believe in one thing but whose lifestyle reflects something else. So I want to ask you guys today, do your friends walk in alignment with where you want to be a few years down the line? Are they motivating and inspiring you to go higher? If not, maybe you need to pray that prayer that God had me pray a few years ago. And I'm not going to lie, it's painful sometimes, but God can't bring in the new and exciting things that he has for your life unless you're willing to let go of the old. I hope you guys have a great morning. I'll talk to you soon.